And welcome to My Tennis Coaching and the My Tennis Coaching Guild. I'm your host and founder of My Tennis Coaching, Steve Whelan, and it's great to have you as part of this community. I just wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for, first of all, investing in me. Most of you would have found my website through stuff like Instagram, Facebook, at My Tennis Coaching, seen some of my content, hopefully like some of the stuff that I put out, maybe agreed with some of my coaching philosophies, maybe disagreed at times as well, which is even better. And yeah, it's difficult, and especially at this time in the world where money is not easy to come by and time is even harder to come by. I really do appreciate that you've invested in me and my tennis coaching. I can't express just how happy that makes me feel. Secondly, thanks for investing in you. Tennis coaching is an interesting business where generally a lot of tennis coaches pass coach qualifications and they think that's the end of their journey. The world is evolving, tennis is evolving, and as tennis coaches, we need to keep one step ahead of the game. I was having this conversation with a coach on court on Wednesday who was telling me that the players that they're working with are very much designing their game styles around the modern players. My answer to him was very simple. Well, these players will hopefully be playing the pro game in 10 years. The game's going to be different. So we don't have to look at what's happening today. We need to look at in the future, what will the game look like? And tennis coaching is very similar as well. So we need to have one step ahead and one finger on the pulse in terms of what's going to happen in 2 years, what's going to happen in 5 years. How are people going to be absorbing information, and how are they going to learn, and what's science going to tell us? And that's huge. And I think if for you as a tennis coach, be invested in your continuous professional development is absolutely massive as well. So first and foremost, thank you invested in me. But more importantly, I think for me, thank you for investing in yourself, because you're going to make tennis better. And if you make tennis better, then the world is a much happier place. So what I want to do in this very introduction sort of webinar or video is just talk you through the website, because listen, there's lots going on in this website. This has been a labor of love for, I think, about 3 years, and it's changed a lot, and it's constantly evolving because I'm constantly getting a great direction of where I want to take this. First and foremost, let me just explain why I set up my tennis coaching. So my tennis coaching was set up really in the first phase of the pandemic, because I wanted just to reach out and connect with coaches when we're all in a lockdown situation and just basically keep coaching alive. And it came at a very interesting point in my coaching career where I was burnt out. I was probably done with coaching at that point. And I just thought, well, I want to sort of share my experiences, because I've been very fortunate in many ways, because I've been successful, but I've also made lots of mistakes, and I've lost a couple of jobs, and I've lost a couple of players, and I've had arguments with parents, I've fallen out with committees, I've fallen out with governing bodies, and you probably name it, I've done it over the years. And I just wanted to help out coaches in quite a dark period of time, because there was a lot of fear around our industry at that time, and a lot of people jumped into coaching at that time as well, and were pretty new into the job, and I wanted to help those new people coming in. So that's why it started, and it came through a very sense of, I want to help coaches, because I was helped a lot when I started out by very experienced coaches, and I'll talk about it in a few moments. Within tennis coaching, no one helps each other. Everyone's just in it for themselves. And I think part of that is ex-players. And as a tennis player, you're so singular and you're thinking about you, and you don't want to give secrets away to your peers in case they can use it against you on a match court. And I think when players especially transition into coaching, that mindset's very difficult to break down. So tennis coaches don't generally share information with each other. It's mainly they sit on their island, and it's they look after number one, and they don't want to give away their secret sauce. If they're McDonald's or KFC, they don't want to give away their secrets in case you can use that secret and be more successful than them. And that's not easy, because I've only got to the positions I'm in, and I'm quite fortunate to work with some good players and some good clubs, and work with governing bodies, because people help me along the way. And you get nowhere in life on your own. You need people to help you. And that's the sort of genesis and the reason for my tennis coaching. Like I mentioned before, the website has evolved, especially over the last 2 years. to be more about, okay, a hub or a community where coaches can go and sort of get information that's not traditional. And I mentioned this just then in a little introduction, tennis is evolving. So a part of my geeky self is I'm always looking at sports science, I'm looking at science, I'm looking at other sports, I'm seeing what tennis isn't doing, but other sports are successfully, and I'm trying to bring that in, because 90% of the tennis coaches I see on a daily basis are still teaching methods that they were doing 20, 30 years ago. Games evolved, humans have evolved, children have definitely evolved. 20 years ago, kids were very much more proactive and they were out playing and doing lots of sports. Now kids are more sat at home playing PlayStation, Xbox, or watching YouTube. So we have to bring that into key as well. So that's a genesis, a little bit about my background as well, but I don't want to bore you too much. Let's get into the good stuff. So once you join the guild and you join this amazing community, it can be a little bit overwhelming. There's lots of stuff on here. There's lots of resources and stuff. So first thing I want you to do is log in. So you go to log in here. I think I'm already logged in. So once you log in, I want you to go to my coaching resources, go to my forum, click here, and you are then presented with the coaches forum. Now, this is brand new, and if I'm being completely honest, I want this to be the main reason why you stay in the guild, because I want to build a community of like-minded coaches from across the world. That's the goal. Why? Because I believe strength in numbers. I believe you will all come from different experience levels. You will all come from different backgrounds. You all deliver sessions in different environments and different cultures. And I want to learn from you. But also, I want to share ideas and learn from each other. And this is where I want us to do it, in my coaches corner. This is our little safe space in the community where we can engage in conversation and discuss stuff. This is brand new. This is fairly new. At the moment, there's only me talking in there because our community is still fairly new and we're still building it up. There are coaches active within the community. As you can see, people are looking at the posts. But I want you to go to meet the coaches, say hello, and then just introduce yourself. As you see, so once you go into say hello, you're presented with a very cheeky picture of me delivering a coach education forum, and just introduce yourself. Yeah, just write a comment, or you can put in a new post and just say who you are, where you come from, where in the world you're from, a little bit of background on you if you want to, don't have to. Maybe put in there why you've joined the guild, what you'd like to get from the guild, and then maybe something funny, something that we don't know about you. So at the minute, I'm 1-0 up against Sam Query at mini tennis. I did have 10 kids on my side, so it was 11 against 1, but I'm still 1-0 up in my professional professional career. So just introduce yourself. And again, the more coaches we can get in there, we can then start to connect and have some common ground between us. That's the first thing I want you to do. Second thing that I then want you to do is go to my tennis or my online courses. So my online courses are a selection of online coach education courses, all designed to make you a better tennis coach, both on and off the court. At the moment, there's 3 courses available. The plan is to have 1 feature-length course launch every year and 2 mini courses. As this is year 1, we have our feature-length course down here, the Grand Slam Shift, which is a 12-week mentoring program to develop your overall coaching business. So develop your on-court coaching and your off-court tennis coaching business. Then we have an under 10 master coaching challenge, which is mainly focused on your on-court coaching delivery. And then we have a quick coach blueprint. And that's where I want you to start. I want you to enroll on the quick coach blueprint. And what this is a 90-minute course, which includes a couple of different elements. Let me just load it here. So you have a couple of pre-questions. about where you currently are in your coaching journey. Then you have a 90-minute webinar. And in that webinar, I talk you through how to develop a personal development plan. So that plan will look at where you are now and where you want to be in the future, whether that be 4 weeks, 12 weeks, 12 years. I'm a big believer that you need to know the destination of the journey. So even joining this guild, I want you to have a journey. I want you to have a starting point and an end goal. Because what's the point? If you just join this guild and you just try and consume little bits of content, then you're not going to get the full benefit. The whole idea of the guild is to give you knowledge, to build your confidence that you can take on court and really make an impact. And to do that, you need a goal, just like if you're working with a tennis player. So I'll talk you through in the webinar how to develop a personal development plan. You can download the plan as well. So a copy of a template is on there. And you've got loads of bonus worksheets as well, just to help you go through to come up with ideas of maybe what you're doing really well or areas of development. And that's going to be the basis of your journey with me as part of this guild, and hopefully the journey with the rest of the community. And that's a great starting point, because it's going to give you a clear direction of where you are taking this community membership. Because like I said before, there's a lot of content on here and it can be a little bit overwhelming. But if you're quite specific in what you want to get from it, it's going to give you more value. And that's what I want to give you. I want to give you value for money here. So, for example, if I go on and I realize that my coaching in the area of mindset isn't that great. Okay, I've highlighted that I need to improve the knowledge, my expertise in that area. Then I can go on to the different articles, or I can watch the webinars, or I can join the live webinars on mindset. I know exactly what type of content I need. And you can feed that back to me as well and sort of say, Steve, this is what I've come up with in my personal development plan. You don't quite have that content yet. Is there any chance you can make that part of your next live? And I'll go, that's a great idea. Let's do it. Because that's what I want this community to be about. I want it to be about you, and then together we can help you along this journey. So please start off with the quick coach blueprint. So once you have your blueprint, it's like, okay, where do I go next? That's where I'd come back into courses. I think courses are a great way to start, because they're going to give you some in-depth knowledge. The Grand Slam Shift Mentoring Program is a great starting point. It's a 12-week program. And it takes you on a journey from where you are now to where you want to be in 12 months. So this will literally go through your whole personal development plan. And we talk about lots of different things. So embracing a constraint-led approach to coaching, being more open with our coaching sessions, how to work with parents, how to develop a better tennis culture within your team, how to work with club committees and club management, how to communicate effectively to players, how to big and elevate your impact that you have, securing your future, how to work and network with other coaches, increasing your digital footprint, improving your social media, developing a good coaching website. That's all in there. It's a very in-depth course. The coaches who have undertaken that course in the pilot have fed back really great stuff in terms of it's really given me a clear direction of where I want to go. It's great. It's given me some great ideas and insights of things that I'd never really thought about. Or, you know what, it's reinforced stuff that I really felt was right, but I was too scared to bring that out. But now that I've seen you do it, it's okay. I'm actually going to run with it. So that's what I would start. But it's a big commitment to 12 weeks. But you don't have to do it in 12 weeks, by the way. You may do it in 12 months. You may do it in 12 years. It's part of that resource. And as long as you're a guild member, you've got access to it. With the Grand Slam Shift, not easy for me to say that being from Liverpool here in the UK. With that program, it is drip fed over 12 weeks because there's a lot of stuff in there. And I don't want you just to jump in and consume a lot of content, because I want you to take a journey. If you don't want to commit the full 12 weeks, then you have the Under 10 Mastering Coaching Challenge, which really just focuses on your coaching on court now with the under 10 age group. And the next course that I'm currently in pre-production is a under 10 beginner to national level player development program. And these courses will be free as part of your guild membership. You'll never have to pay for them. So that's what's coming next. And with that next course, as of time of recording, again, I want you to help out. And that's where I'll use the coach forum and the coaches roundtable, which is a closed group on the app, to get ideas and sort of share, okay, this is where I'm at now. So these courses are designed with you in mind, and I want you to have a big impact in that as well. So you've got the courses, great. But what new content do you get? Because some of you will be paying the monthly mastery pass. Some of you will be the annual pass. The great news is you get new content every single month. You get 4 pieces of new content, but also you get the back catalogue of all the previous release content as well. So this website's been up and running now for in and around, I would say, just about 12 months sort of in its current form. So there's still lots of content in here that you can access. So every month, you will get a live coach workshop or coach webinar. So the coach webinar is a virtual event. So the next one at the time of recording is Friday, October the 13th. And it's all about feedback, getting feedback from players, using that feedback, whether it be stats or whether it be player feedback, and utilizing that into developing a player development program. That's on Next Live. How cool is that? So in that live webinar, it's normally 90 minutes. I deliver some content and then we just share it out, and we have questions and answers, and you will chip in with your ideas, which I love. Big part of this community, and which I'll keep going over and over again. It's a two-way street. I want to get from you just as much as you get from me. I want to develop content in and around you. I also want to get your ideas, because that makes me a better coach as well. So you get one live webinar every single month. You can just sit back and watch. You don't have to get involved, don't have to put yourself on camera, don't have to talk. You can just absorb that information as much as you want, because not everyone's happy on camera. Believe it or not, I'm not the most comfortable on camera. A little bit of practice gets me to this state. If you can't join us live, it will be recorded, and that will go into our coach recording coach library as well. If you are in the UK, I do face-to-face workshops as well. And as a guild member, you get 50% off them. So if you want to come and actually meet me in person and do stuff on court, you can actually join one of our coach workshops. We've got a workshop coming up next week at the time of recording, developing a winning mindset with players. And hopefully, as my tennis coaching grows, I will get out to more areas, more countries around the world. So maybe I might even come to your country. If you are interested in running a workshop at your club in your country, give me a shout. Steve@mytenniscoaching.com. I mentioned the pre-recorded webinars. So every month as well, you will get a pre-recorded webinar. So the pre-recorded webinar is housed here in my webinars. And at the moment, there's about 15, 16 webinars on different subjects. Some are recorded live, some are pre-recorded by me, but this is the Coach Education Library. What I would say straight away off the bat is this page especially is best viewed on a desktop or a laptop or MacBook. Not the best look on the mobile app, as well, a mobile site. There is an app which you get a link to as well. Much better on there in terms of seeing exactly what the content is. But I would use the search function, use the category function as well. So we've got sort of the categories down here. And you can also search it in here as well. But lots of different webinars in here. So the latest one that I recorded last week, which was live, was keeping players motivated and engaged. Again, that was just under an hour and a half. There's shorter content in here as well. You can watch these until your heart's content. And there's lots of different subjects as well. So again, please feel free to have a deep dive in here. And you've got very much short-term content as well through the YouTube videos. And I will be producing more short-term content exclusive for guild members as we go forwards. So you get 2 webinars a month, a live webinar generally on the 2nd week of the month, and a pre-recorded webinar generally on week 4. In terms of topics, again, reach out to me. If there's a topic there that we've not covered, you'd like covered, steve@mytenniscoaching.com. And I'll get back to you, and yeah, we'll try and make it happen. Now on to probably the most hidden part of this whole guild membership, I reckon. And it's still a part that people aren't utilizing fully. It's, to me, if I was to join any membership. Yeah, the lives are good, the webinars are great, but quite sometimes time consuming. I might want stuff that's a little bit shorter that I can really dig into. This is unbelievable, this part. So we got the books. So I've written a couple of books over the past year. And as a guild member, you get 50% off these books. So in your email, check out for the code and you get 50% off the books. The plan is to release a minimum 1 book per year, different drill book, different age stage as a player. So at the moment, my doubles has just come out. That's mainly looking at adults or teenage players, can be adapted for mini tennis as well. That's 150 pages, 12 weeks of lesson planning. I can't remember how many drills, over 50 drills in there. And then we have the under 8 constraint book as well. So that's got just under 50 drills that you can use with mini tennis players. And yeah, they are part of your package. Unfortunately, they don't come with the monthly mastery pass. We get 50% off. If you are an annual guild member, they're all free. You get them all free and you get every single book I release for free. Just being an annual member, because you're putting money up front, you're committing to 12 months. Any books I release, they're yours. So please feel free to check out the books if you're looking for drills and also guidance. So it's not just drills books. Each book has a little bit of theory in there as well of how to coach that specific age group. So where do you find those books? So you're thinking, oh my God, I'm an annual member. Give me those books, Steve. So here we have the My Download section. So the My Download section is a file share part of the website. And this is where you'll find your books. It takes a little while to load up because there's quite a lot. Let me just go back out to files and folders. So for annual members, there you go. You get the books in there. You get the books in there. And then the coach resources is the file that you also gain access to. My mentor and bonus material is for those of you who engage with me in a one-to-one mentoring setting. There's additional bonus stuff in there for you as well. But monthly guild members get access to here and the annual guild members. And in here are lots of different files, and I'm probably updating this every single week. You get a minimum 1 worksheet. So your worksheet will have a theme, either based on the webinar that I present or the article which I write, which I'll talk about in a few moments. So you get 4 of them a month, and they're just 4 checklists or 4 worksheets that you can use from the webinar or the articles to improve your coaching. The bonus here is I also upload lots of templates and worksheets and workbooks I currently use on a day-to-day basis with my players. So a great example here, if I go to goal setting. So this week 1 of my new tennis program, I've been designing programs for players. So I've got a little PDF of how I design those programs, and then I've got all the templates. So I've got skills challenges. So my red players will perform a couple of different skills challenges. You have access to that. You have the skills template. You have the scoring sheets. You have it all in there. So again, this is an unbelievable resource. And what I'm going to start doing going forwards is putting lesson plans and stuff in there as well. So this is a constantly evolving part of the website. It's still very hidden. And you can see, I don't know if you can see, if I go in here, it tells me how many people have viewed the files, and hardly, and it doesn't show on your screen. Hardly anyone's access seeing this. And this part of the video is to show you where this is. Because to me, like, this is why I would join a guild or join a community website. Apart from the community element, yeah, it's, oh my God, I get lots of free stuff every single week that I can just keep adding to my coaching portfolio. I mentioned in there that you will also get some articles. So my tennis blog or my tennis articles are 2 written articles you will receive every single month, generally week 1 and week 3. They will have a theme based around stuff that we've talked about before. You can search for them by theme here. Member-only content. So I release 2 member-only articles a month. I also release sometimes 1, possibly 2 articles that are open to the world, so everyone can see. But you as a member get the best stuff and the high profile stuff and the most value stuff. And like, it's just a written article. So the most recent one that came out this morning is trying to balance on-court and off-court admin. So just a little bit of sort of how I work on a day-to-day basis, what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me. And for those of you who like to consume written information, that's in there as well. And again, you have access to the downloads and stuff as well. So just again, something to maybe give you food for thought, something to look over, maybe give you a different insight, give you some ideas of how you can improve various parts of your coaching area. And again, there's lots of different stuff in there, how to be more player-centered, how to work with under 10s, how to unlock the future of coaching. Yeah, so there's lots of stuff in there, lots on constraint-led coaching, lots on how to set climates and stuff like that as well. So 2 written articles for you per month. Pardon me. So that's probably, to me, one of the best places to go, especially if you're looking for very specific stuff. And again, if there's stuff in there that you need and it's not in there, reach out to me, steve@mytenniscoaching.com. This is your community. I want it to be all about you and develop around you. Last couple of tabs just to talk you through. My mentoring. So maybe there's something that is a bit more bespoke. You have a challenge that needs maybe immediate action. So recently I've had coaches phone me up and say, the local management are taking away my clubhouse. What can I do? I've also had stuff like, I want to rebrand and redevelop my coaching program. I need to get rid of a tennis coach who maybe quite isn't doing what they should, or I need to hire a tennis coach, or I'm working with a player and this is really challenging, or I'm working with parents and they're really challenging. Jump on a call with me. So you can jump on a call and we can work it out between us. And yes, those calls are at a additional premium cost. It's not cheap, but the value of that call is huge because I'm going to give you exactly my opinion and hopefully give you a very individualized experience of how to solve any common problems. If it's a smaller problem, just request a 15-minute call with me. So you get one 15-minute call a month, and it could be something like, I just want a little bit of advice on feeding, or do you mind having a little look at my new Facebook ad? Or do you mind having a little snippet of this player's forehand? I'm happy to do that. That's part of your membership. You get a 15-minute call with me every month, and we can jump on Zoom and sort of talk through it as well. So I am here. And one thing I would say at this point, my tennis coaching is just me. I don't have a big team behind me. Everything you see, all the content, either on social media or on the website, or the emails, it's all me. So don't feel like that you book a session and all of a sudden someone else is there. I don't have a team of people around me. It is just me. So please feel free to sort of reach out. If you want to know a bit more about me, click on my story. I'm not going to bore you with that bit now. There's an FAQ part in there as well. So FAQ are the questions that I normally get asked. So if you're not too sure about online courses, webinars, workshops, who I am, maybe some coaching questions. I'm constantly evolving and developing this FAQ bit as well. So feel free to ping over any questions that you feel that aren't in there. And last but not least, if you go across to the right-hand screen here, little arrow, this is where you manage your membership. So you got your profile, so you can go in there, and let me just click on that. It will allow you to put a little bit about you, when you joined, how many likes and comments and stuff you share. You can put a little bit of blog. You can update your little profile picture, which mine is there. If you want to write articles, so if you are a good writer or you want to share knowledge and experience, you can write articles, and I'll put them up as well. And that, well, again, I don't want this just to be about me here. I want it to be about us, and we're going to share ideas. If you're confident enough, you can jump on a live webinar with me and we can deliver it together, or you can jump on a round tables. Again, this is all about us. It's not just about me. So if you are comfortable and confident enough to share your voice within the coaching community, then reach out to me. Let's get on a webinar together. Let's share a presentation. Let's get some posts written out for you as well. And then the rest stuff in here is just managing your membership. So if you book a mentoring session, you can see it there. You can update your card or payment model in your wallet. book a lesson generally with the tennis players who use my website to book lessons with me. You can check out stuff you've ordered. You can check out the programs you've enrolled on. So if you've enrolled in the Grand Slam Shift, the mentoring program, you can access it there rather than going through the back end of the website. You can manage your subscription there, see when your pay date is, cancel your subscription if you want to. Rewards and benefits. This will grow as the community grows. So at the moment, you can get a 30-day free trial with Swing Vision and £20 off or $20 off if you subscribe. So as this grows, I will put more offers in there. If you run a tennis business, if you're a shop, if you have an app, if you have anything and you want that to be part of the membership package, again, please reach out to me. This is our community. I can't keep stressing that enough. This is our place where we share stuff together. And then last but not least, my account. That's where you can change your password, change your email and stuff like that as well. And that's about it. So there's a lot going on, right? So hopefully as this evolves and grows, it's going to be a partnership. It's going to be me and you and us growing this community. Fresh content every single month, 2 webinars, 2 articles, 4 downloads. And then you've got the back catalogue of stuff in there as well. I really hope you've enjoyed this introduction video. If you're concerned or not sure or anything, please reach out to me, whether or not it's email or book a 15-minute call, and I can sort of talk you through stuff as well. If the stuff that you would like to find and you can't find it again, please reach out. I'll say this one last time. Thank you so much for investing in me. Thank you so much for investing in you. And I'm so excited that hopefully we're going to go on this journey together and make you a better tennis coach, make your program better, make your players better, overall, make tennis better. Take care. I really look forward to speaking to you all personally. And until next time.